Hello students, welcome back to this chemistry lesson. We are still looking at the different allotropes of carbon. Let's start on diamond today. If you remember last time we talked about graphite and we said its carbon atoms are arranged together in hexagonal rings. Now today we are going to look at diamond. Briefly, diamond is a colorless, transparent, sparkling, crystalline solid. It is colorless, it is transparent, it is sparkling, crystalline, solid. So from this, it shows us that we have two crystalline allotropes. One is diamond, two, it is graphite. Because we've said both of them, they are crystalline. Maybe something small that we need to note, diamond is one of the hardest substances known. And many books show that it is the hardest substance. Hardest substance known. That's why it is used in drilling glass. So later when you look at the different uses of these allotropes, we realize that because diamond is very, very hard, it is used in drilling. Okay, briefly, let's talk about the structure. If you remember, we say that in graphite, each carbon atom is attached to 3 other carbon atoms. But now, in diamond, each carbon atom is attached to 4 other carbon atoms. 1, 2, 3, 4. Still, we have covalent bonds, but now each carbon atom is attached to 4 other carbon atoms, and they give us a tetrahedral structure. And because each carbon atom has 4 other carbon atoms surrounding it, then we say that we do not have any delocalized electrons, because all the 4 electrons in the outermost shell, they are paired with other electrons from the neighboring carbon atoms. So in this case, we do not have any delocalized electrons. So in that case, we say that diamond does not conduct electricity, or diamond cannot conduct electricity because it does not have any delocalized electrons. Next, we say that graphite has a 2-dimensional layered structure, if you remember. Now, for diamond, it is 3-dimensional because it's continuous. Since the structure is continuous, so we say it is a 3-dimensional. It is a 3-dimensional structure. It is not layered. 3-dimensional structure. So because of diamond not having any delocalized electron, we say it is a very, very poor conductor of electricity. And lastly, each carbon atom is bonded to 4 other carbon atoms, and since there is sharing of electrons, we still say that these are covalent bonds. Covalent bonds. So those are some of the things that we should note about the structure of diamond. Next, let's look at the uses of diamond. Let's look at the uses of diamond. Number one, it is used in drilling and cutting hard substances. For example, glass, drilling, and cutting hard substances. For example, we can have rocks. 2, we can have glass. Number 2, because of its color, it's colorless and it's sparkling, we say it can be used in making jewelry. For example, necklaces. One, because of that sparkling color. 2, diamond also has a very high refractive index. High refractive index, which makes them shiny. So those are some of the reasons why it's used to make jewelry. Next, what can be the uses of graphite? I believe we can briefly remember the properties of graphite. So if we can remember them, what can we use graphite in? Or where can we apply graphite? Number one, graphite being a non-metal, it is used as a protective coating for iron. You know, iron can always rust when it is exposed to air and water. So we always coat iron with graphite in order to prevent rusting. Coating iron, protective coating, in order to prevent rusting. That's number one. Number 2, it can be used as an electrode, that is in electrolysis. Reason, graphite is a good conductor of electricity. Next, it can be used in making pencil leads or pencil leads because it is slippery. Can easily be used to leave marks on papers. And lastly, it can be used as a lubricant in electric motors because it is soft and oily in many times, so we can use it as a lubricant in electric motors. Thank you very much. Next time we'll talk about the different chemical properties of carbon. See you then, or talk to you then.